there's no extra credit in podcast, man. I'm sorry. So have you got your Switch 2 yet?
No. Not happening, bro.
So are you actually don't want one?
I do not. Not at this time. No.
Well, hang on. You say not at this time. I'm going to pick your words apart. Do you actually want to Switch 2 or no?
After I've seen more of it and give it another year or so, maybe. But I have no interest in getting one at this very moment in time.
It also doesn't help that you just got the Switch 1.
Yeah.
What do we call it? Original Switch? First Switch?
Yeah, pretty much. Just got the Switch. Just got the PlayStation 5. I'm not about to be buying another game system at this point.
No, why not? You don't have another $500 laying around?
God no. We just went through our finances. It's not fun. Adulting
Hey, so
sucks.
did we. It's not fun. Yes, being adult sucks. But it also sucks. Well, I say it sucks. It's great being adult because then you got money, but then you also have to do adult stuff. So you can't have fun with adult money sometimes.
Pretty much. Our kids can have fun with our adult money, but that's about it.
You can have it when I'm dead. I need it. Anyway, how's your last couple weeks been?
Has not been bad. Well, I just wish the weather would decide what it wants to do. But
In terms of what, the heat or the rain?
both.
We're burning up here.
Oh my god. Oh,
In just a few days, it's going to hit 100.
I'm not looking forward to that.
Why not?
I haven't because normally I go for walks with Mia, and I haven't been taking her out because it's way too hot. If I'm going to walk her at this point, it's got to be like super early in the morning or late in the afternoon where it's cooler.
And, I mean, if you have to get out, you're probably going to need to get her those little puppy shoe things to protect her feet because the ground will be too hot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I got a burp. Hang on. Excuse me.
Yeah, I want to say the
Anyway.
other day I ended up picking up like one of those huge 70-ounce water bottles that has the built-in bowl, just so that you could have plenty of water while we're walking.
It's nuts just how hot it's been. And then it goes back down and jumps back up.
Yeah, pretty much.
And like I said, we're going to hit 100 and then it's going to drop back down again. Yay. And Meg went and got and put together some raised garden beds today, so she's setting that up.
Yay.
Just in time for the heat.
Yeah. Could hold off on planting stuff for a week and see if the temperatures drop down.
That's true, but she went and bought a bunch of starter plants already, so she's got to get them in the ground. It's all good. We got it worked out. I almost asked you what you've been playing lately, but I know what you've been playing, so we could talk about that during the podcast, because I think I saw it was one of your things that you had on your list, and it's something I wanted to touch on, too.
Yep. The second I saw it, I was like, yay, we talked about that.
Yeah. All right. Oh, you would just want to get into it then, since we're already talking about stuff?
Sure, why not? Well,
Okay, let's make that the first thing, just because it's the freshest. I thought about that the other two, and I'm like, I want to play this again, but I don't want to play it with random people. Like, I want to, but at the same time, I just want to play it with you, because it's a lot more fun when, when we're actually talking.
pretty much. Not to mention, we were both going, or at least I was thinking, we were both going, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, because, okay, we're going to get into a lot of that shit. Just hang on.
Okay.
Rumble Pack Podcast episode 61, and I'm still Adam.
And I'm still Mark.
And
Sorry, I'm having a...
all right, what'd you call it? Your zoomies?
Yeah, a little bit.
What? Now I'm all thrown off. Now you're doing Face from Nickelodeon, no, Nick Jr. And I've been like on a nostalgia kick watching like Watch Mojo and shit constantly just for noises, like all these things that don't exist anymore, like snack foods and all that stuff. I'm like, bring me back to the good old days.
Oh my god.
Hang on, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. I'm gonna sound old. Anyway, FBC Firebreak. We were just talking about that because that's the only game that we both have played recently.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, we played
What do you
Destiny 2, but that was
Yeah,
short
but that's
lived.
a given. Yeah. Yeah, they redid the dungeons and we finally got through 2 out of 3 of them. Why don't we finish Ghost of the Deep? Because then we can do all 3 of those and get all 3 things that they have for the title and the weapons and stuff.
We should.
Not to mention doing it on Explorer mode. Explorer mode counts for like the quests and stuff. So
Okay.
something we can do.
Yes.
And we have 3 weeks, I think. 3 weeks until Edge of Fate comes out.
And
So,
I need to get on
whatever we're
anyways
doing,
to
we
get
gotta get
Bright
it done.
Dust, so.
You need to log in, get your free Bright Dust from the store,
Yes.
and then you'll be that much closer to your wizard outfit.
Yeah.
Now, what the hell just happened? I said FBC Firebreak from Remedy, and you're like, Destiny, and then we start talking about that. Anywho, Remedy, the same people who did Alan Wake 2 and Control and are working hard on Control 2, have put out FBC Firebreak, which is set in the Control universe, which I guess you can argue is set in the Alan Wake universe since they're all hang on. It's all part of the Remedy universe. They're all tied together under one whole branch, so everything is tied together through whatever stuff. What did you think of the game?
It was fun, but weird.
Weird how? And what made it weird to you?
It was weird to me about just because of the mechanics. Like it's not like out of the ordinary mechanics, but it's different compared to what I'm used to. And also didn't help that we didn't have much of a tutorial.
See, that's what got me too. The game itself is just an objectives-based game.
Yeah.
It's a what am I trying to say? A team-based, objective-oriented game.
Mm-hmm.
And they designed it to be like, I guess in spurts, because the first tutorial mission, you're in and out in less than 3 minutes if you go straight to the objective and do it.
Yeah, basically.
But I agree with you. There was next to no tutorial. The tutorial level is just do the first level with some random people that you could get thrown into, and it's like, repair these things. Okay, you're done. Get to the elevator. Doesn't tell you about the mechanics of the game, how different things interact, what the different things do,
Right.
what's the best course of action, that you're actually supposed to stick together because it makes you stronger and be able to withstand stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing. It was a very lackluster tutorial. What did you think about getting attacked by sentient post-it notes?
Yay? It's definitely different.
See, and I tried explaining it to you, but I feel like I'm probably confused you even more when it comes to like the whole Control universe thing, with it being all like paranatural and dealing with psychic abilities and things like that from other dimensions too.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I'm so used to like sci-fi alien stuff that it's not so going into like the paranormal type things kind of.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different pivot. For sure.
Fair enough. But do you like the game?
I do like the game. It's a little hard. I probably wouldn't after that playthrough.
I would agree. It's definitely hard.
Yeah,
especially when there's not enough explaining.
Yeah. I wouldn't go out of my way to play it just by myself. But like if you ask me to play it, I'll hop on, not without a doubt.
And I'm guessing it makes it easier since you were able to download it from the PlayStation's, I'm going to say Game Pass store, because I don't know what it's technically called besides the PS Store. PS Plus.
Right.
I think that's what it's called, right? PS Plus. And yours is the extra tier that you have to get that.
Right. I think it's still just I think it's still just the PlayStation Store. I just know where I'm going at this point.
Yeah.
It also helps that it was offered for free under the subscription. If it wasn't, I definitely wouldn't play it on my own. But that's just because it's out of my wheelhouse. So.
Yeah, I'm biased. I like Remedy games. I love Control when it came out. I still touch it every so often. That sounds really weird. I still play it off and on. sounded really weird.
A little
I
bit.
still play it off and on.
Oh, that's
You didn't hear that.
Nope.
But they're I know that as on launch day there was a handful of articles saying that they had a rocky launch and they were working on some stuff and trying to fix things. Some things weren't working correctly, like hit markers, enemies reactions, connection issues, things like that. I think I saw you had something about all of that stuff, so fill me in, sir.
okay. Well, it sounds. The article I read is basically just touching upon everything that you and I talked about when we played the game. That and what we just talked about, where there wasn't really a tutorial, people were confused. There were issues with the progression, vehicle unlockable cosmetics.
Did you just say vehicle?
Huh?
It sounded like you said vehicle. And I was like, there's no vehicles in the game.
No, via unlockable.
I need to fix my ears.
I probably mumbled, so I don't blame you. But they did release a patch yesterday, apparently, which included UI fixes to how much the unlockables cost. They reorganized it between operational requisitions and essentials. Which means the operational requisitions are cosmetic only items like sprays and armor.
I thought all that was annoying trying to navigate.
Yeah. And the essentials include gear and weapons, pretty much. And it's supposedly easier to unlock now. They also gave details on how they are planning to change the game's first hours. That way they have a better way of communicating on how to use the kits and stuff like that, which is
Yeah, because that was not very good.
pretty much. It's like
And another gripe that I think I saw. I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt you,
No,
but
no.
another gripe along those same lines that I saw people saying that I didn't think. Well, actually, I think I touched on it while we were playing. Was you get the first level of the abilities and all that, but like the actual ability is locked away behind the first upgrade.
yeah.
So you have to upgrade all the stuff first for them to actually be the tool itself. Because it even says, like, on the, I'm trying to think of the name of the kit. So the jump kit, the electricity one, the description of it was like, this broken or beaten down something is missing this thing. Upgrade it to restore it from whatever.
Yeah.
And then you get the first upgrade, which all the first upgrades are like 7 points. I don't know what the currency's called, but they were 7 of those. And then you upgrade it, which fixes it, and then it's back to normal.
So you're starting with a handicap.
Basically. So the electricity thing, it could charge up, but it could only charge up to a certain point, and it would stun up for, I think it was like 3 seconds that I saw, 3 to 5 seconds. But after I upgraded it, it stores up a lot more electricity and stuns way more people for way longer.
Okay. But that I could see that being behind like a tutorial mission.
Right. Yes, like do a tutorial mission based on each of those main weapon or main kits, so that way you can get a feel for them and like get them in working order.
Right. So
They needed a longer tutorial, or at least like make a series of tutorials for the kits and the levels, because sometimes those levels are just like you're beating your head against the wall trying to figure out what it's saying because you did it, but then the icon's still there and it's not like telling you where to go or what to do next.
and surprisingly, where you're going to be allowed access to each job, deeper access into each job right off the bat. So I don't know if that's.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's.
Oh, that's interesting. So you get to just jump into like level 5. The way, I don't know if you like dove into the menus, but the way that they have it broken up is very odd too.
Yes, I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
Yeah, there's like difficulties and clearance levels.
I never played with that. I just left the settings as they were.
So we just did normal on basic clearance or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I mean, even then, we still had difficulty trying to figure things out, and it wasn't a walk in the park.
Yeah, I really do think they should have done a lot better with the tutorial, because then at least they would have even explaining the those features and how they work and stuff like that. Having that option
Hmm.
would make things easier, because I think
Yes,
I was more confused than anything else just navigating the menus.
I agree. The menus just did not do anything for it. But like we said, while we played it, we figured it out. We started piecing things together, and it made sense. It just shouldn't have taken. How long did we play that thing for? Like hour and a half. It shouldn't have taken most of the time to figure it out.
Right.
Still fun though.
True.
I'd say it's a good 7 out of 10 game.
At least if you have my opinion on it is, if you have a background in video games, it's more of a background in video games. It's easier to follow along and take clues. But if you're like a brand new person who's never played games before, you're gonna have a hard time with this one. I can definitely say that.
Yeah, and it's also one. I haven't tried it solo enough to know how viable it is, but I imagine it's way too difficult to do by yourself. You have to have people to help. So it's like it's forcing you to play with friends or random people.
Right.
And it might not be people's bags, and that's fine. It's all good.
We got each other.
And that's why we're playing it.
Yep.
Dude, okay, so this is video game adjacent, and I'm surprised you didn't see this unless you did, but like this doesn't affect us in any way, shape, or form. It's just very surprising. But some of the D&D and Wizards of the Coast people left after being there for like ever. Like they've been there for better part of the last 15 years,
Yep.
I think. So it was Chris Perkins and Jeremy Crawford, which they worked on a lot of the story and character, like class development stuff, like actually building out the D&D world and things like that.
Yeah.
They left Wizards of the Coast.
Any particular reason why, or they just
They probably got tired of the bullshit, if I had to guess. I personally don't know. I
Okay.
didn't look into if they said why. I imagine that they can't or won't say anything bad. But they kind of more or less went to a competitor. So, do you remember the group Critical Role?
yes?
Yeah. So they have a D&D group. I see group. Like they have a company alongside their Critical Role company that they have. I think they've since developed their own pen and paper RPG.
Okay.
I think it's called. I want to say Pathfinder, but I want to say that's wrong. Yeah, and it's not Pathfinder. It's something else. Anyway, they were developing their own thing, and the thought is that these guys are joining them to help work on that.
Oh.
Yeah, Chris Perkins is coming on as the creative director, and Jeremy Crawford is coming on as game director. So they're going to be working for their publication company called Darrington Press.
Okay.
It's just pretty interesting. Like, that's a big shakeup.
Oh hell yeah! Especially
that's
with all the collabs that have been going on lately.
Yeah, Critical Role's done a lot of collaborations with some D&D groups, too.
Yeah.
Interesting. They've definitely grown.
Yes, they have.
In just like the last 10 years, they have grown huge. But I was shocked when I saw that. I couldn't believe it.
Now is it unless I have them confused with somebody else, isn't one of the guys from Critical Role the voice for Vincent Valentine on the remakes?
Matthew Mercer, yes he is.
Yeah.
He's also the voice of Ganondorf in Tears of the Kingdom.
So you know he's all about the games.
Hell yeah. I mean, they've been doing Critical Role for, like I said, at least 10 years or more, and they started it before then.
Yeah.
And he's always been in video games doing voiceover work, so
Yeah.
just makes sense.
Yes, it does.
Yay.
Well, talking about Wizards of the Coast and Magic.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently that Final Fantasy crossover is a lot more popular than we thought, huh?
I mean, I'm not surprised, but tell me about it. How popular is it? Because I didn't look at the numbers.
Well, apparently it sold out almost immediately. And
Mm-hmm.
and if you even want to attempt to try and get them, you have to buy them from third-party vendors, which are at minimum selling
And
it for twice what the cost was. I want to say,
we haven't seen any videos of people throwing fists and elbows like for Pokemon cards, have we?
oh my god, no! I haven't come
Okay,
across
good.
something like that yet, but holy shit, I didn't think it would get this bad.
It's ridiculous.
Oh yeah,
There are a lot of adults that are children. Anyway, carry on.
no, I was gonna say it's so bad that I'm actually segueing into my next topic already. A single card, like I can
Uh-huh.
understand, I can understand that it's a limited run.
Mm-hmm.
A single card. The card is called the Golden Traveling Chocobo. Apparently, somebody sold it on eBay for $40,000.
Jeez.
The fact that somebody actually bid that surprised the
My
living hell
question
out
is
of me.
why? And I'm saying why because there is a card called the Black Lotus in Magic, and those are super rare and go for a ton of money if they are in mint condition. So my question is, how many prints of that Golden Chocobo card are there to make it worth that much money?
According to the article, 77. Because that particular version is apparently is the borderless search foil card.
I know those words. Put them in the sentence. I don't know.
It's basically the cards that don't have the standard borders and stuff like that. The entire thing's a picture.
Like how some of the cards have like a full artwork and they're holofoil and stuff.
Right, exactly.
You can tell I'm in that industry.
Listen, the only versions of that I know were the hand drawn ones, where the people paint the cards to remove the borders.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Those are pretty.
Oh, have you seen the ones where people will like cut the little pieces out of the cards too, and then like paint a background on them, and then put the pieces back on so it kind of looks 3D?
Yes, I've seen that. Not with Magic, but I've seen that with Pokemon cards.
That's what I was meaning to Pokemon cards. I haven't seen that with Magic, but that would be pretty fucking cool. With some of the artwork on the Magic cards, man, that'd be really cool.
Oh, I've gone so far to see somebody do 3D prints of the Pokemon from the card to make through their 3D printer to make it look like they're actually hopping out of the card, which I thought was pretty
That's
damn cool. But yeah, I did not expect that one. Like I understand, I given today's day and age, especially with Pokemon cards and stuff like that, I wouldn't doubt that scalpers would have bought them all and are up in the price big time. But $40,000 for a fucking card, seriously?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I can't sit here and pretend to know like what goes into the costs and prices for these things, besides the scarcity of it. But at the end of the day, it is a piece of cardboard, and you're placing a price on it. And a lot of these people want it, probably just want it for the monetary value. They're not going to use it in competitions and stuff. So what's the point of it?
Exactly. And my thing is like, I can understand it's rare and stuff. It literally just came out.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it's the.
Well, isn't that like? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's not like it's a first edition holographic Charizard from when we were kids.
Don't do that to me.
But that those being a lot of money, I can understand. The Black Lotus you're talking about, I understand.
Right, because those are years and years and years old. These just came out, so obviously people want to rush like to get whatever as soon as they can and as many as they can, so that way they're first to market. But like, is it not dissimilar from like the Disney Lorcana cards? Didn't people make a mad dash for those too?
Oh my god, that was ridiculous.
It's one of those popular card things. As soon as people know that it's going to hit hard, they want to make money off of it.
Yeah, but it's kind of sad because I want to say I talked to somebody about this. Gone are the days where I remember as a kid going to the freaking convenience store and they would have the boxes of booster packs at the store and you could just pick them out.
Yep. Can't do that anymore.
God no.
People tear apart displays all the time and rip open packs in the middle of the store.
Oh fuck.
People are animals.
And I'm surprised that they don't put that stores knowing this aren't putting them behind like secure
A lock and key.
yeah, and security cabinets like they do with other
And
stuff.
limit them. They should, but, well, what are you going to do? We don't run these businesses.
Nope.
I feel like it's a lot of adults ruining things for kids too, like that. Because there was an event. Well, we fucking covered it. It was the museum event or whatever for
Yes,
Pokemon.
exactly.
And the adults there ruined that for the kids.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of adults that are the scalpers for Pokemon cards and stuff like that too. They go and tear down the displays or block. I've seen videos of people blocking things so that way other people can't use it, just so they can get what they want.
I literally saw that at Shaw's up the street from us. I was waiting in line to go to check out, and I saw a dude block it because our Shaw's has one literal Pokemon card vending machine,
Oh, that's cool.
and somebody was blocking somebody else from getting cards because he wanted to get the cards.
That's how. I fucking hate that. You're an adult. Act like it.
Pretty much, and it's near the registers too. So I'm like, how do you have the audacity to do that in front of employees?
With no compunction either.
Yeah.
Just showing his ass to the world like, whatever.
And I'm surprised nobody said anything to him.
What could you say? What could you really say to someone like that that would make them go, oh yeah, I'm an idiot?
I don't know. As it was coming out of my mouth, I'm like, wait, this is a grocery store. Most of the people at the front registers are the high school and college kids trying to make some cash, some
They're
spending
not
money.
getting paid
That's
enough
it.
to deal with this shit.
Pretty much.
But anyway, are you good talking about the cards, or you want to talk some more about them?
No, let's move on. I'm realizing I'm getting old and crotchety, and
You're okay. It's not wrong to call out other adults for acting like fucking children. You're supposed to be setting the example.
oh no, I'm talking about bitching about everything else.
All right, that's fine. It's a free country for now.
Oh my god, that's a sad thought.
That's why I said for now. Anyway, speaking of cardboard, the Nintendo Switch 2. That's a throwback because people might not catch on, so I'm going to explain. The Nintendo Labo was a cardboard thing for the Switch 1 that enabled like rudimentary VR and to make different things out of the cardboard boxes and stuff that you can control with the Switch. You could make like a piano and a VR thing and what was the creature? You can make it walk and crawl and do it, or do all this other shit. Like you build it out of cardboard essentially.
Right.
That's why I said that. Anyway, Switch 2 came out on June 5th. In 4 days, it sold 3.5 million units worldwide.
Jesus.
The Switch 2 is doing great.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, third-party software is not doing so great. It's off to a very slow start with obviously like the front runners are Tears of the Kingdom, Cyberpunk, and Mario Kart. Those are the main three that have sold the most so far based on Nielsen's IQ numbers and what was it that I saw these numbers on? Carry something. But I was just looking at the numbers that they had actually posted, and those were the top three. Everything else has been a slow start, and I'm not surprised. Mainly because they think that this is going to be like the push for $80 games, and people aren't. They just bought a $450 console. I don't think that people are going to be chomping at the bit to spend $80 on a game, first off. Not to mention, when you buy the Switch, you can get Mario Kart built in. And once you have that, you're already kind of in the Nintendo ecosystem and don't really have to spend any more money. So this... And another thing about the Switch 2 is that it's not a completely new console hardware. It's an upgrade. So... yeah, they're going to be making games specifically for the Switch 2, and it's going to run on the Switch 2 and not be backwards compatible for the first Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like this is going to get people to jump ship for the Switch 2 either.
Yep.
And this is, I think I mentioned this to you, this is a change in Nintendo's business practices and how they're doing business too.
Wait, so you're saying I'm not sure if I understood you correct. Switch 2 is not backwards compatible?
The Switch 2 is games specifically made for the Switch 2 are
Oh.
not going to be.
Okay,
Yeah.
that I understand.
Yeah.
But that's something that most consoles do anyways at this point, so it's not. Well, even then, from the beginning, they were doing that.
So, yes and no. Starting with the PS3, it's only been parts of the generations also, but they're trying to keep those libraries current and bringing them forward. And just recently, Xbox entered in a partnership with AMD to commit to bringing games forward like that, using AMD's technology and stuff.
Yeah.
So basically, what I gathered from that was that they are making an agreement with AMD to keep all of the Xbox games from the 360 onwards in some sort of giant library, and
Right.
that their systems can read it. PlayStation is doing okay with that. They're building out their library more, but PC is where they're weakest at, and they're starting to fill out those areas. The Switch and the Switch 2, that's going to be the weird one. And that's only because look at how they're doing it. I don't even know what else to say. Look at what they're doing. They close down and turn off things in the past, and then put it on their new stuff as a virtual thing, and then get mad at you if you have it anywhere else. So, like, it's no surprise that they put the GameCube emulator on the Switch 2. People were asking for them to do that since they showed that they could do that with the NES, Super NES, Genesis,
Yeah.
N64, all that fun shit. Those I'm going to call them apps that are on the Switch 1 for those systems are also on the Switch 2, and I think this is how Nintendo is going to be going from backwards compatible things forward. But that is specifically all their old stuff. What I think they're pushing for is mainly they want to go digital, but they're trying to figure it out. And I say that because they're still focused on the cartridges right now. But if you look at their focused areas for their business, they're turning it into the tier systems. They're closing down their system so that way it's all in-house, and like you have to pay for all this other stuff. They're the first ones to do $80 games. They are. I'm trying to remember all my facts here that I had. Here's one of the biggest things too, and I think a lot of people are upset about this because of what it is, and it makes sense. But think of it in the context of who the previous heads of Nintendo were. So, the Switch 2 came out with a game that they priced at $10 that shows off the abilities of the Switch 2. You know, what the hardware is capable of, what it. I'm trying to think of how to word this. Basically, like literally everything that the controllers can do, the system can do, what's actually in the console. Playing little mini games to say, here's what this feels like vibration techniques and things like that. A game like that, Sony did that with Astro's Playroom.
Yep.
That shows off the PlayStation's hardware, the controller hardware, what it's capable of, what it can do, how it looks, all that fun, happy shit. It was a free game. Xbox had one thing similar like that on. It was either the Xbox 360 or the Xbox One, and that was more of a history of Xbox rather than here's what the console can do. But that was still a free thing.
Right.
Nintendo's charging for this, and you can't even complete all the tasks in the game anyway unless you buy all the console accessories. So you're spending a lot more money on this thing that people are arguing should be free that shows off the console.
Right.
Before, that would have been an add-on thing with the old, I'm going to call him the old guard, like with Reggie Fils-Aimé. He's the one who fought Nintendo to get Wii Sports to be a built-in, or a package deal for the Wii. That would have been the case if any of those folks were still running NOA or Nintendo before. The people who are running Nintendo in Japan are focused on more the monetary side, and I hate to say it like this, but squeezing money out of people with what they have. Before, you would see Nintendo utilizing old technology in interesting and creative ways to get what they have now. Look at the Switch 1, for instance. Running on 10-year-old hardware and the capabilities that that thing could output and the games that they were able to build on that was pretty amazing for how old the hardware was. Now, they're focused on... I keep saying this like I'm there and I know. It seems like they are focused on iterating in increments and trying to catch up to what's going on now, but in kind of in their own way, since they've always played by their own rules. But the Switch 2 it's just an upgrade from the Switch 1. It's just a couple more peripherals and an extra $10 to $20 depending on what it is. So, to me, it's not the Nintendo of old. As much as I want the Switch 2, it just doesn't feel like Nintendo.
For me, it gives off the Wii U vibe, basically, in my opinion.
Yes, that's a very good way to look at it. Although, I'm going to have to go back and, look at the market stuff that happened when the Wii U went out versus what happened when the Switch 2, because, I know that flopped, but I'm going to say that it's more because of what the system was.
Yeah.
I don't know, but that was just. But even then, even when the Wii U flopped, man, they didn't blame employees and try to get money any other way. They were like, "We'll take pay cuts. We'll make it up on the back end and keep the employees working and fix it." You don't really see that happening now.
It's a whole other environment at this point now.
I agree. It is. Things have changed, and not necessarily for the better.
Nope. Well, talking about the Switch 2 popularity and the nuttiness that's been going on, apparently somebody stole 2,500 units off a trailer.
Oh, yeah, I saw something about that. Someone really wanted a Switch.
Oh my God! They were saying the total value between everything that was stolen, because it was pallets, like a couple of pallets were taken off the truck. It was valued over $1 million worth of equipment. And apparently the truck driver had no idea that that's what he had in his truck. He was just told that it was...
I was just about to ask you if there was any explanation as to how, why, what, where.
No. The only according to the truck driver, and whether he's truthful or not, he said the only reason he found out was because he did a pre-inspection and saw that the stuff was missing. And he was on his way to a GameStop in Texas or something like that.
I'm
I'm
wondering how these people knew to just go in the truck and find them, unless they were just checking and just got lucky.
Right. That's why. To me, it sounds fishy. Like, if the truck driver didn't know what was in his truck and isn't in on this, then who the hell knew? Because they had to have tracked the truck. They had to have known it was in the truck and was tracking it.
How do you know? Were you in on it?
I plead the fifth.
Okay.
But yeah, no. What the hell? Where the hell was I going with this?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't remember.
Probably to GameStop.
I was reading this article. I'm like, all I'm thinking of, what the hell is this? Something out of the Fast and Furious franchise? What the fuck?
Oh, dude, it's just like whoever those folks were that stole a shit ton of Pokemon cards at the one tournament or whatever it was.
Oh my God! Yeah, and we talked about that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Was it Pokemon cards or was
so
it?
With all these, what is? It was Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what's with Nintendo and all these heists.
Oh my God!
Everyone's got to steal from the big end.
I smell a conspiracy. They're doing it for the publicity.
You wonder. You know, it might be a conspiracy, too, because there was another Nintendo thing that happened in the UK recently.
Oh, my God.
I'm serious, man. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. There were some ads that went up in, let me find the name of it really quick. It was the Oxford Circus Station in the UK. They had some ads go up that said, out now. So it sent people going crazy, like, where the game's out? When no one said anything. Where is it? Where can we get it? Nintendo had to come out and say, Yeah, I don't know why these went up now. It's not out. Game's still going to come out later, but it's not out yet.
Oh my god.
So whoever it was just jumped the gun hardcore.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Either he got paid really well or he got fired.
I'm wondering if someone was just like, this would be really funny if I do this right now.
It definitely brought hype, that's for damn sure.
But it doesn't. I will tell you right now, that game does not need hype, man. People want it yesterday. They're excited for that game.
Just want to make them salivate. Bring up those pre-orders.
Since I mentioned about Nintendo and them having $80 games again, and we just got $70 games, are you gonna make yourself okay with that?
I'll never be okay with that.
It hurts, but if you compare, I hate this argument. But yes, if you look at the cost of money back then versus now, games are still technically cheaper and all that stuff, but it doesn't work the same if the money doesn't go as far.
Pretty much.
And I bring that up again because Xbox's first foray into the $80 game sphere, I guess, is Outer Worlds 2, which I don't think is the greatest choice to be making an $80 game, but funny enough, the developers of the game came out and said, yeah, we don't set the price of the games. Sometimes you just have to make your thing and stick in your lane, and not everyone's going to experience it, and it's unfortunate.
So it sounds like they were kind of strong-armed into, hey, guess what? This is what we're doing.
I will say a plus side to that is the game itself sounds like everybody has their own way they value games and whatnot, and you get what you get out of it. But from the early reviews and things that I'm hearing, reading, watching about the game, is that it's chock full of stuff. The devs have put in a lot of work and have made it a lot of fun. They've learned a lot from Avowed and have put in some more of that arcadey feel into it. So it's all good stuff, but the question is the value actually worth $80? And that is specifically subjective to every individual.
But depending on what the majority says, it may actually be true.
I don't know, man. But here's the thing. I say thank goodness for Game Pass because obviously it's going to be on Game Pass since it is Obsidian, which is an Xbox game studio. The issue with that, though, is because $80 games are coming and they are going to be going on Game Pass, they have to make that money up somewhere. So that means that a Game Pass price hike is coming.
I'm not looking forward to it. Because if it's going to
And
hike for you guys,
can
it's
almost
definitely going to hike
guarantee
for
you-
us.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. Yay! Something to look forward to.
I don't know how much more it can go up, and I'd be willing to still spend that amount of money. I'm like,
Yeah. I'm gonna be very selective with the games I decide to actually buy flat out now.
pretty much. If the subscription portion is getting ridiculous, I might just drop down to the minimum tier again, just so I can have the online function.
Right. You need to have that, or else we can't play together.
Nope. Let's see. Well, speaking of playing together, are you getting more excited about?
Yeah, I am. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm asking. Have you decided if you're gonna get it or not?
What?
Edge of Fate.
Oh. I mean, get it? Am I going to spend money on it for that stuff? I don't know. I really don't know.
Because I'm still on the.
I haven't sat down to think about it.
Me personally, I'm still on the fence about it. I'm not sure if I want to get the expansion, just because of how the last couple of expansions felt.
See, the expansions are great. I think they're fun. It's the stuff in between. And more so for Edge of Fate, to me, it's the dumping of everything and starting over from the bottom and having to learn an entire new armor system and just like it's all. I don't like the word new because it's not new, and it's going to be the same thing, just learning a new system. But I don't want to do that when we've have been in this world for 10 plus years.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't want all my armor to get reset down to 0 and then have to learn the system just to get back to where I was. That's what's killing that hype for me. I want to learn more about Kepler. I want to learn more about the story and things that are going on. Mm-hmm. But in order to do that, I have to get through all their bullshit first. And Bungie's not very good about onboarding people.
They are not. Seeing
Nope.
as the tutorial section of Destiny 2 is very subpar still is very subpar to what Destiny 1 was.
Yeah.
Hell, what you just said was my very sentiment when it was switching over from Destiny 1 to Destiny 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah, we could port over our character, but everything that we had there was kind of pointless.
Well, they're having a Vidoc sit-down talk about the game here in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe next week. I don't know. Soon. In the near future.
Yep.
So maybe they'll talk about more stuff that'll get us excited.
I hope so. Because I really like this game, and I don't want to.
Yeah, I do too. And they need a win still because, like I said they were going to, they delayed Marathon.
Ooh, it's bad.
Mm-hmm. Sony's committed to Marathon coming out by March 2026, I think they said, or like sometime in 2026, but they didn't commit to an actual date. They just said they're going to give us some more information in the fall.
Yeah, because I want to say the last I read earlier was still indefinite, but they were going to give us an update come September.
That's basically what I read, yeah. There's no set date for release or anything, just come the fall, they'll give us an update. Originally was what is wrong with me? Originally was going to release September 23rd.
Boo!
Not anymore, though.
Nope.
It's unfortunate. I'm going to jump from that to this really quick just because we haven't kicked them while they've been down for a while. Embracer Group finally revealed just how many people they had to lay off last year.
Oh, fuck, they're still around?
If you haven't seen. Yeah, yes, they're still around.
How bad?
As of last year, they had to lay off or divested 1,857 employees.
Jesus Christ.
They had to spend all that money on all those titles, man. You gotta, shore up the sides, trim the fat, make money somewhere.
And
Which is dumb, because you need these people to make the games that you decide to spend money on to get the titles in the first place.
all over a mistake that the higher up fucked up on. All because he thought he had a done deal and didn't have anything in writing.
Fun stuff. Anyway, I thought you might like that information. Haven't talked about them in a minute. Kick them while they're down.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh my god.
It's a race to the bottom between Embracer and Unity.
I'm sorry, they both suck at this point.
They've squandered a lot of good faith.
Pretty much, they gotta do something big if they're gonna plan on getting our trust back at this point.
Mm-hmm. So, just going back to the Destiny stuff, are you excited for any of the big changes that are coming?
I'm very apprehensive. I'm horrible when it comes to change to begin with, as you may know. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to handle it.
Okay.
It's already bad enough that...
Have you read through any of it?
Not... Yes and no. Like, it explained how... a lot of the information that I've read is pretty much information that we've talked about. Where, like, they're changing up how they're doing the armor system and how it's going to affect... they're going to differentiate between certain armors, which were very similar, that are going to affect different aspects to make them more unique on their own. and stuff like that. I'm very apprehensive just because it's all new, and like you said, I really don't want to have to relearn everything.
Here's the thing that sucks about the armor too that I really don't like that I feel like I haven't mentioned enough.
Mm-hmm.
They're adding in the idea of having armor sets. So if you have the whole set of armor, or at least 4 pieces or whatever, or no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 and an exotic armor piece,
Mm-hmm.
you get a set bonus or whatever. The problem with that is that those set bonuses generally pertain to the season that they are in, and after that season's over, the bonus doesn't matter anymore. So they're effectively sunsetting armor just season to season.
Right. I was gonna say, how aren't the armor sets already doing that? Why?
Yeah, exactly. So what's the point of keeping the armor sets? They're null and void. Just these are going to be more important to having your stats be what they need to do.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd have to see, because then if that's the case, then what does that mean for our artifact armor? Is that
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if it stays artifact armor and gets whatever additional bonuses or what.
Listen, I'm still getting over, trying to get over the fact that they nerfed the hell out of prismatic, because I remember being able to fire off turrets left and right, and nope, that cooldown time got extended big time.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. I see the reason, because I even right from the get-go I was saying that's very overpowered. But at the same time, it sucks.
See, now you can feel my pain when they kept nerfing Golden Gun. With Celestial Nighthawk being like condensed down into one shot,
Yeah.
you could do millions of damage with crit hits, and they nerfed that thing into the ground. Because people were deleting bosses with them.
That's their fault.
That's what they do. It's like, okay, you guys are having too much fun. Let's reel it back a little bit. Or then you get the weekends where it's like Prometheus Lens comes out and it's way too strong and everyone has it. So it's like, all right, we're playing laser tag in the Crucible this weekend.
Well, talking about nerfing and stuff like that, apparently they're going to be unnerfing or making new more armor relevant now in the next update.
Such as, or how so?
Let's see. It's actually what they're changing the exotic gear in Edge of Fate, the Edge of Fate expansion. According to the
Like how things work?
right, because it was saying like that apparently there's going to be like a variety of updates for planned exotic gear, and I actually have a list of the ones of what they are going to be updating and to what. And it looks pretty cool. I like the fact that
I'm going to have to look at your list.
let's see. Like, for example, which I'm very surprised they're doing it, Winter's Guile. Didn't that just come out in not this expansion, the previous one?
Beyond Light.
That was part of War. That was the exotic that we got when we unlocked that hidden boss in Warlord's Ruin.
No Winter's Guile or Arms.
Yes, that was the exotic armor we got for the hidden boss.
You might have gotten it to drop, but you don't get exotic armor from those guys. They would drop a specific weapon usually. So that must have been just a random drop from them.
Oh, I thought that that exotic was because of Warlord's Ruin.
No, those have been out since Beyond Light, I think.
Oh, and I stand corrected.
Those might be even older because of stasis. I'm not sure, but those have been out for a little while.
Oh, okay. Then I stand corrected. But
I wonder if you're thinking of the BFG. The big fucking glaive.
Maybe.
Wait a minute. Are we thinking of two different things? No, Winter's Guile is the arms. Winter's
Yeah.
something. Winter's Bane is the giant glaive and the heavy one. I don't know. Anyway, continue. We're getting off track.
I'm liking the fact that Phil Winter's helm is actually getting a buff.
Another one.
Yeah. Let's see. They're adding powered melee damage, weakens targets, applies 15% weakness. Weaken effects applied by burst via melee or finisher final blows are unchanged. So I didn't even know that they that had a weakening effect previously. Okay.
Surprised you learned something new today.
Yeah. And I was running that helm for a while, so I'm just I'm trying to remember what the reasoning was. I know you and Brian had recommended it at the time.
You know what's funny? It might have been the weakening effect based on whatever it was at the time too, and we just didn't think about it because that was the secondary reason, and I can't remember what the primary one was.
Yeah, because I want to say we had switched up my play style at that point because I was running. It was still Strand, but instead of me using, I want to say instead of me using needle arms and the, oh my god, and
Come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
the grappling hook thing. For some reason, I can't remember
You just said it. It's just called grapple.
Oh, okay. But yeah, instead we switched the grapple over to the other one.
What's the other one?
I don't remember. all I know is we switched it to a more melee up close build at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So it was easier for me to run Warlord's Ruin.
Oh, was his helm a melee focused one that would cause an explosion?
I think so.
And that had a weakening effect? Maybe.
Might be. I think I remember because at the time I want to say the artifact had like unraveling and stuff like that, so they all worked in unison with each other.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Want to know what else is unraveling? Warner Brothers.
Nice segue.
Thank you. Warner Brothers games, their games subdivision, I do feel like is unraveling because instead of like trying to compete in the marketplace as one would, like an EA or an Ubisoft would, they're more condensing and turning into like basically 4 pillars, which their focus are on Game of Thrones, sorry, Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, DC Universe, and Mortal Kombat. And those are their sole focuses now. Mortal Kombat obviously has NetherRealm Studios, which they make Injustice. They're probably working on another fighting game besides the next Mortal Kombat. We got the next version of Hogwarts Legacy coming at some point, I'm sure. There's DC Universe games that are, some of them are being developed through NetherRealm. That's how we got Injustice and stuff. Game of Thrones, they either just had some sort of game come out or is coming out soon, and I can't remember what kind it is. But they're restructuring their games divisions and focusing on those 4 areas. And I say areas because they could be anything.
And that's news to me because I had no idea there was going to be a Game of Thrones video game. Didn't even know there was an interest for that.
There's a trailer that just came out recently. I think it's an RTS.
I need to get out of my rock then.
I'll tell you right now, it has no interest to me. I'm not the biggest RTS person, but like even then, seeing it, I'm just like, meh. I think Game of Thrones came and went.
Right, it's a good show. Don't get me wrong. If I wanted to sit down and binge it, I will. But I have no interest in playing a video game of it.
Right.
It basically gives me the same feeling as when The Hobbit came out on the PlayStation 2. Like, I'm sure it was a good game, but I don't mess with my shows or movies.
Something that doesn't mess with it. Have you played Shadows of Mordor?
I have not. but I heard that was
Dude,
good.
you have to try that game. You have to try it. The Nemesis system alone is like, it's excellent, especially for an action adventure game, but the game alone is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Definitely try it. It holds up too, even all these years later.
I'll have to give it a shot. I wonder if it would be on the PlayStation Store.
Probably.
I'll have to check that
I
out.
can re-download it on the Xbox Store. I'm sure you should be able to too.
Think
Also, years later, something else that's pretty cool that's years old and is gaining steam. Haha, pun intended. Star Wars Battlefront 2's population has been increasing, especially on Steam and the PC.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Yeah. The game itself is fun. It's always been a great game.
Right.
It's just EA's greediness has really fucked it over from shining from what it was before. But I guess people are rediscovering it and saying, oh yeah, this game was fun. And more people are starting to join in and play it now.
That's really cool. Okay.
Which I recommend it because I love Battlefront. I loved it back on the original Xbox. It was such a fun game. They really nailed it with the remake of the second one. It's just their fucking greedy monetization of it ruined it.
Yeah, you gotta love them. EA
No, I
doing
don't
EA
have to.
things.
And you can't make me. Yes. I like how you put that. That's very much in tune with EA.
Yep.
Oh, I'm going to lead into your last story here for you.
Sure.
Because I think we're at the last ones and we're going to start wrapping up.
Okay.
Guess what hit HBO Max either yesterday or today?
What?
The Minecraft movie.
No shit.
So it is on HBO Max. We watched it this evening with dinner. Amelia was like, "You got to watch it." So I watched it. It was a movie.
Listen, Sawyer's been begging us to watch it again because we went to go see it in theaters, and the only time he gets to see it now is at my parents' house because things. Again, I plead the fifth.
Anyway, so the movie is out on HBO, and we watched it again today. Or again, I haven't watched it. Amelia begged me to watch it tonight, so we put it on and we watched it, and it was all right. And it made me realize what your story is because she was playing Minecraft after it took a couple updates recently, and I was like, "Why does this look so weird? What's going on here?" So what happened?
They apparently released an update on the Bedrock and Java version. What was the name of the most recent update? Chase the Skies? Something like that? One of the big things that people were excited about was apparently you can adopt your own ghast.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I was more trying to understand how they got, what is essentially ray tracing without ray tracing happening. Like, they have actual, like, the way the light works actually wraps around the trees and casts real shadows and moves appropriately, and everything is so shiny and pretty now and has a huge draw distance and stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to play soon because I have not seen that update yet. I just know of it from the YouTube videos I've seen, but I have not actually tried it yet since the last time we played. So
I was surprised when it updated. I was like, "This thing's updating? What's going on?" And then like it had us go through the tutorial again, but then like all the whatchamacallits that we have are still there. So it was like it said, "Make a new world, do this," and I was like, "No, hit cancel," and then I hit it again, and it was like, "Here's all your worlds."
Yeah.
But they're all there. It's all shiny and pretty.
Oh, thank God, because I wouldn't want. I think Sawyer would be pissed if he lost his world. Poor guy. Poor
You
guy
wanna
has
take
done so
another-
much work in it.
Do you want to take another trip down to Hobbiton's latrine?
Let's do it.
We got plenty of games to play.
Yes, we do.
We need to get back into Streets of Rage too.
Oh my God, why am I not?
And No Man's Sky. That was the beat 'em up game
Oh, okay. Yep.
on
Yep.
the
Yep.
PS5. And we got to play No Man's Sky again since they've put out another 15 updates since we last touched
Holy
it.
shit.
I'm being sarcastic, but it probably is something like that.
Listen, outside of Destiny and Minecraft, I've been bad. I just recently, and Callie was.
What about
very
your
surprised.
mushroom game?
Huh?
What about your mushroom game?
Oh, I'm still playing that. Apparently, so many people are my server is almost completely dead that all the remaining players in my server are we're trying to get them onto our guild so that we can compete with cross servers. And I am officially the top player in our server because the top player stopped playing 30 days ago.
Nerd.
Yep. I like the title, but at the same time, I didn't earn it. The other person just got bored.
Now you earned it. It's just I can't think of the word. I was going to say a stipulation.
Yeah, there's an asterisk.
Yeah. I won it.
No, but seriously, like, even Callie was talking about it. Dreamlight Valley, she hasn't played it in forever, and I haven't played it in longer than that.
There was some Peter Pan stuff that was just coming out or just came out recently.
Yeah, they finally continued on with Skull Rock. Because remember how at the end of the first,
Is there a campaign going on? Like a story?
there's supposed to be. I haven't gone past it. So I don't know exactly how it goes, but remember how at the end of the first chapter, after you befriend the Forgotten and all that, you can move.
I haven't played any of the new stuff, so I couldn't tell you.
Oh no, this is from the first installment before the first expansion.
Okay.
After you finish the main storyline, there's a little ending mission.
Spoilers.
Huh?
Just so you know. I just said spoilers.
Yes, if you haven't gotten
I
this
think we're
far in
out of
Dreamlight
spoilers
Valley, it is
territory.
spoilers. Yeah. This game's been out for like what,
Anyway.
2-3 years now?
I don't... No. Yes. Holy shit, has it really been that long? No.
I want to say at least 2.
It's been out since our podcast has been out.
And how long have we been doing our podcast?
Like 3 years?
Okay, then.
Yeah. All right. I'm glad we got that settled.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, no. Yeah, no. That's a weird saying.
Yeah, no. No, yeah.
But there's like a little ending mission where you bring all the pillars to like the island next to Skull Rock, and it causes Skull Rock to open up a little bit. But there were no updates on that up until recently. Which now apparently you can get to a point where you can go into Skull Rock.
Cool.
I haven't heard anything past that though. And I have no
well.
intention of finding out on my own.
I'm really surprised that Callie held out as long as she did on the game.
I agree. It's us adulting at this point. She even said
That game is basically doing chores you don't want to do in real life, but it's more fun.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's so much easier to redecorate your house and find new outfits and do things.
You can have all the pets you want, and you don't have to feed it or clean up its shit.
Yeah, that's what world we're living in now.
We take care of. We decide to take care of a whole bunch of different lives, human and non-human.
All right. Since it's midnight 30, I think it's getting about time, right?
Yes. Then let me end it on a good note. Then
What's the good note?
the SAG AFTRA strike is almost done.
Yes. I saw that they reached a tentative agreement.
Yeah. They're still duking. They're still talking it out, so there's no details. But it may
But
actually.
the strike itself is over, right?
Right. It's a. Let's see. Details of the deal haven't yet been released, but the union says it includes necessary AI guardrails. Companies adopt tools to copy, replicate, in the work of actors. More about the deal will be shared after members vote to ratify it in the coming weeks. Strike began last July. Mainly involved demand for pay raises, better on-site working conditions, the usual stuff. Which is kind of a sad statement to say, but
I'm actually kind of surprised at that, and I was thinking it was more along the lines of AI and keeping jobs safe.
Yeah.
Shows I was wrong.
Well, the strike was more. It was one of the big key factors was the AI things, but those are the other gripes that they had and wanted to
Right.
be taken care of.
Right.
Especially since the actors are currently paid on a session by session basis,
Hmm.
whereas the AI models they take that information, they can do whatever the hell they want. They don't have to pay the actor for it,
Yep.
which is kind of scummy unless you have their permission. Which is actually kind of ironic, seeing as the Fortnite Darth Vader thing.
Oh,
They
I'm laughing because I've seen a lot of funny videos about that and people manipulating it.
and it took no time at all for them to manipulate it to do some pretty funky things.
I think this is gonna make me sound so damn old, but I think the younger kids get the idea of what this AI actually is versus the people in between us.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have this conversation a lot with older folks or people around my age or so who believe AI is actually AI, and the the version of quote unquote AI that we have right now is not literally AI. It is just a fancy form of Google.
So basically, she who shall not be named, but with bells and whistles, basically.
Are you talking about Apple's person?
No, Amazon's person. Though same idea.
Oh, that's more along the lines of Apple's. That is, I mean, yes, yeah, I guess you can say that in a rudimentary way. That's more listening for prompts and then making decisions based off those prompts. AI now is more, let me, I'm trying not to use like the technological word so it makes sense, but it's basically how a computer can take real world speech
Mm-hmm.
and then transform it into what is wanting to be done, and then what it spits back out is basically a search query in the form of a normal language model. It's not AI free thinking, understanding the conversations and flow of it and the nuances to it, so that way it gives you a real time answer. It's more, let me take all this information, compile it, go into my database, get the answers based on what the input was, and then spit out something that makes sense.
Okay. So it's more
But they do that now with art and voices because they can turn those into data, combine it to what they want, and then spit it back out.
right. So it's sounding like it's a similar idea behind like the facial recognition software, where you train it with photos and it'll recognize, okay, these are eyes, these are mouths, this is nose.
Yeah,
What I'm talking about is
exactly.
is like the rudimentary version of it. This is a more advanced version of it, type of thing.
Um,
It's not so much sentient, more as it's still a program that's thinking and training itself, type of thing.
they're not thinking. I think of them as like the AOL chatbots and stuff like that, except that they're given a voice now and like they have protocols, whereas those are just like rules.
But I thought the chatbots had their own like little prompts. Like if you say this, this is, or something similar
See,
to
that's
this is what it
that's why I
says.
said rules rather than free thinking, because chatbots. This is getting way far off topic from video games, but basically the way chatbots work is like it does pick up on keywords, but it's less the entire sentence and specific keywords, and then uses a rule based system to figure out what the best reply is going to be.
Okay.
Whereas the AI is more like it can actually piece these things together and form a coherent thought based on all the information.
Right. Okay, that makes sense. And it's not, you may think it's out of topic, but it's not, because eventually I don't doubt. And didn't you say they're doing something similar to this, where these type of processes they're going to be including in games eventually?
There are studios that want to do that, yeah. I mean, it's just like the NFT thing. There was some studios who are like, we're gonna build our games strictly around the NFT market and stuff, and it's gonna affect all this crap, and then they fold because it doesn't work. But you're gonna have there's always going to be studios that want to adopt these things that people are pushing against for XYZ reasons. And I think a lot of those are going to be the ease of use for AI, the ease of understanding what it can actually do for you.
Mm-hmm.
And for people who don't have those skills, like people who can't write, people who can't code or whatever, AI can and will and is already helping people to do these things. Is it great? Not really, because it's at the end of the day, you still have to do some of the legwork to make sure that the information is correct or what you're trying to do is going to work out right.
Right.
I lost my train of thought. I don't know where I was going.
I think I'm getting the gist of what you're talking about.
Bringing it back to the SAG AFTRA strike, the worry is for AI. It's that these voice actors and actresses will end up having no choice but to sign their voice rights. I don't even know what you would call it. Their voice likeness away, or like have it put into an AI database to teach it how that voice sounds. So that way they can use it to voice other characters or to like change the tone and manipulate it later on.
Right.
Or maybe they just train it based on a specific voice for a character and stipulate that. There's a million different ways that they could probably go about this. But the worry is that people's likenesses are going to be used, whether it's face, voice, art, what have you. And then they will be out of a job because then they just have this database of voice samples that they can just manipulate and turn into full-on sentences and words.
Right.
Then you don't need actors at that point.
But I think at that point they could, at which I hope they have in the wording of whatever their agreement is, if they allow it, is if you use a specific character's voice, specific actor's voice or anything like that, you just still have to have them sign off on being able to use their likeness or whatever.
The seed data, basically.
Right. And they get paid off of it, as if they were actually doing the acting itself.
That's a very interesting thought. And I say that because there are some websites where people will take pictures and put them up, and people can use them. Like they'll buy the rights to use the picture for backgrounds or imagery or whatever it is that they do, and people will make money based off of whatever they upload because it's their work. Mm-hmm. I wonder if there will be a point in time, basically what you just mentioned, where people can do that with AI and voice work.
I don't doubt seeing that. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, I think I remember somebody's reading a court case about it, and I wish I knew more. Like somebody sued because
God, yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, somebody sold their artwork to one of those companies, and that company sold the licensing right, or licensed it out to somebody else, and they didn't like that because they didn't get paid. They didn't get paid for it. Yes, you did.
Mm-hmm.
You got paid when you sold the original artwork. It's no longer yours to say, hey, pay me.
Money, bitch.
Yeah.
There's a lot of implications with AI and things that we still don't know or figured out, but we're going to figure them out as time goes on.
And we don't have a choice because it's here to stay.
Not really. Yeah. Hooray.
Well, that was supposed to be on a good note, but sorry.
Where'd we go? What happened?
They came up with an idea. It worked. Hopefully they finalize it within the next couple of weeks.
Hopefully.
Yay.
Sounds like it's all good things, though, for the people involved, so it's good.
Yes.
I have to go in the other room and put Lauren back to bed because apparently she's in our room now.
Aw.
It's all good. That's what she does. All right. Anyway, you ready to wrap up this potty?
Let's do it. Let's get this shit over and done with.
We are on all the socials like YouTube and Spotify and Blue Sky and Instagram and still on Twitter, even though I plan to get rid of that. Did I say Facebook? We're on Facebook too. And
Uh,
Apple Podcast and everywhere else you get your podcast and the Google Podcast and the other podcast. I don't know what other ones there are, but we're there.
I'm sure we're on stuff that we don't even know.
I hope not, because then I got some digging to figure out.
Yeah, I
You
wouldn't be
got me
surprised.
paranoid.
How many times have people freaking taken other people's work and just put it up?
You know what? We did show up on a different website before, and I realized that's because they hooked into something from Spotify's feed. So it went from Spotify to their feed too.
Yeah.
But it's not like it's a thing that we can log into and look at stuff. So I was like, oh, cool. We're getting hosted somewhere else and we can't see anything. That's whatever. Anyway, let's go get some sleep.
Okay. Goodbye,
I mean,
everybody.
in our own houses. Okay, bye.